Hey Coach, just talking defense today. We are day one insertion on the 3-4 defense. The three things or four things we put in our pinch call, which is our base defense. We put in our first two blitzes, which are rip and Texas, and we put in our first coverage, our base cover, which is cover 4. We're a quarters team. Before we get into it, let's talk about D-line. We're a 4-point stance, parallel feet, kind of compact stance because we want to be able to move. We take a 45-degree step and always rip with the back arm to try to keep them off our legs and off our body. We say we should not be blocked by the person in front of us. We want to get to heel level and build the house and then pursue to the ball. We want to spill all next level blocks. So we're going to get through D-line, whatever's next. We're going to spill, when you play a 3-4, you're usually playing with a few underside, more linebacker types than D-line types. So we feel like speed should be our advantage. We want to spill it and run to the sideline. And then the rule we use is eyes under chin. And we do it like if our eyes are under their chin, then we're winning the pad level battle, and the low dog's always going to win. When we're in this pinch call, our ends are actually reading the guard. So they're taking their slant, they're reading the guards, and they're going to get 3 reads. They're going to get a butt, face, hip read, and we'll walk through that as we go through when we put the first pinch call in. Outside backers are in a 2-point stance, basically old 50 type stuff. If they have a tight end, they read the tight end. If they don't have a tight end, they're off the ball 2x2, and they're reading play side back. They have a helmet read, in, out, and at me, and that's how we teach it. So let's go ahead and let's look at it, and we'll talk through it. On game plan, when we're talking about nose, on game plan, we'll decide whether he's going to slant weak or strong. Typically, we're going to slant this guy strong, so he's going to 45 degree, he's going to rip, he's going to get to heel level, he's going to build his house, he's going to find the football. Both ends, they're going to 45 degree, and they're going to attack via the neck of the guard. We tell them if that guy don't move, you're going to ear hole him, but obviously he's going to move. So that's when we get into our butt, face, hip read. So if this guy pulls towards the center, well, that's a butt read for this end. When we get a butt read, he's going to chase it with his inside hand. He's going to leave his outside arm stretched. He's going to try to stay square because we've had some trouble with wing T teams, the trap hitting behind us. So we want to stay square, keep our arms wide. If we get a hip read, that means we're either getting a double team on the nose or he's going to backside back, or we want to punch that hip and stay square again. We want to squeeze it, stay square, but we want to get our hands on that hip. Obviously, they're trying to destroy that angle, that angle of departure that he's trying to take, whether he's going, especially when he's going for linebacker. And then the other one we could get is butt, face, hip. Butt, face, hip is face. If he's getting a face, he's base blocking him. We're going to try to get our hands on him, shove him back in the hole, play. His body's going to take one half of the gap, and we're going to take the other half of the gap. The other thing that could happen, and against wing T teams, you'll get this, is he can pull out. We can get this kind of deal, and he's got 2 things he can do. He can run the hoop, so he takes a step, that guy takes off. He can rip and run the hoop and chase behind him, or we call it sit and spin. He can slam on the brakes, sit down, spin back, and chase it over the top. But we just know if the guard's going that way, we want to go that way. If something's happening that way, we want to be out to that side. All right, so that is the nose and the 2 ends. For the outside backers, our S and H, old-fashioned 50 stuff, we're reading the helmet. If he gets a head out, that means the guy's trying to reach him. He's going to fight outside of it, keep leverage. If he gets a head in, that means we're getting some kind of down block, probably to the backer. He's going to punch that hip, destroy the angle of departure, and squeeze it. And he's thinking already, if I'm getting a head in, I'm going to squeeze it, and I'm probably getting another blocker coming at me, and I know I'm going to spill that. So he's prepared mentally to spill the next thing that shows. And then, of course, if you get just a head at me, and same deal, we're gonna shove him back into the hole, keep our outside arm and leg free, and set the edge. So that's pinch as far as it goes for the D-line and outside backers. You know, we play a 3-4 because we want the clean guard reads, so we're mirroring the guards. If he pulls in, we stack the nose. If he pulls out, we stack the end and find the ball. If he comes at us, we come at him, 3-point him, try to tear him up. If he blocks down on the nose, that triggers us. If he sets, that triggers us for pass. So just basic reads for the guards, but what I love about 3-4 or 50 is you get a clean read on that guard. We're doing what he's doing. He's going to tell us where to go. Next, so that is the front. Next, we'll go ahead, we'll talk about the 4 shell. I play 4 because I want the 2 safeties, because I like how the run fits off the 2 safeties. So for corners, the unique thing we do is we do a no backpedal technique, where we're going to be setting that when we teach it 7 yards deep. The numbers are your home base. Obviously, smart alignment. If they're way tight, we're going to move in and be outside leverage. Way wide, we're going to be inside leverage. But 7 yards deep in the numbers is how we get them to start figuring out what smart alignment means. But here's the neat thing: is they'll sit there at 7, dominant foot forward, eyes on quarterback. I've heard it said called country 3. Well, this is country 4. I want all eyes on that quarterback, because I want to be able to trigger for run, and I want to be able to break on a thrown ball. So we're sitting there on the corner, I'm looking in, and we're doing 1,001, 1,002, 1,000 go. And on 1,000 go, we're going to open our hips and we're going to get out of there. So we're using that flat foot read time. That is, we're looking for bubble, we're looking for quick screen, we're looking for hitch, we're looking for slant. If we don't see those things, or we're looking for run, if we don't see those things, we're buzzing out with eyes on quarterback. So it's a no backpedal technique. For the safeties, they're going to slow backpedal out, eyes are on quarterback, and this is why I like 2 safeties. Is let's say we're getting zone, outside zone going across. Once this safety sees that he is ball's coming to me, he becomes the bounce player or the alley player. So he's going to slow backpedal. He sees it, bam. He's running the alley. He's trying to make a lick. We know that the inside backers will be making their reads, and they can run, because when this free safety sees ball away, he is triggering downhill and fitting behind the wheel. So to me, the bounce cutback is why you play 2 high safety. To me, it's more about run fits than it is about pass protection. And then in this situation, he would flat foot it, he would see the ball coming, he would be the contained player, set the edge, he would be BCR, sit, and then he would take the deep cutoff angle, and this backside one, he would run the elbow. That's how we would fit a play, how we would fit that play. All right, so that is pinch 4, and now let's draw up the blitz off of it real quick. Our first blitz that we put in, we just call rip, and rip just means, hey, I think it's a run, so I want D-line and outside backers. I want to bring 5, and I'm telling you to run, so you trigger, go sack the quarterback. So he would take this same, but he would be gone. Now same thing, 45 degree, but he's playing off the guard and he's gone. 45 degree, playing off the guard, he's gone. He would cheat up and come off the edge, and he would come off the edge here. So we're bringing 5. If you're a spread guy, you're saying, coach, we dink and dunk that and tear that up, no problem. If they're like me, I love the dink and dunk. So if they're patient enough to dink and dunk and try to take advantage of that, we feel like we're going to get to you. If you hold the ball at all, we're going to get to you right there. But if you have the patience to dink and dunk, then we will make other calls where we're protecting those flat areas. We'll make calls with you. But this is the first one we're going to go to. The second one we would go to is Texas, and all that happens there is these 2 switch. Typically, we wouldn't call Texas with the tight end in there, but he would go out, he would come in. He would come out, he would come in. All right, so that would be the Texas, and that's actually a hair safer, especially if you don't have a tight end in there. That's actually a hair safer against run. Sometimes, because these guys are hidden, protected, it's not a bad run call. So that is pinch, that is 4 plus. I didn't tell you the last part on 4 plus. Let's get this thing. On 4 plus, occasionally, if this is the hash, so this is battery, this is field, that would put the free here and the strong over here, then we have a call where we'll go ahead and flat foot this thing and turn it into quarter halves instead of just straight quarters. So the free safety will make the call. We feel like he can backpedal and get over the top of that, as long as this guy does a good job destroying that vertical route. You know, he'll square up and he's got 3 shuffles either direction to destroy the stem on the vertical. If he does that, we got no problem getting over the top on a thrown ball. So we got the free safety makes the call. It's only when we're on the hash. He can make the call for him to play flats and go quarter halves. And he also can make a call to play safe and play regular 4 behind it. So that's just one thing. It's not an extra call for us. It's just part of the package. So pinch, rip, our first blitz, 5-man blitz. Texas, our second 5-man blitz. And then our quarters, our base coverage, 4 plus with a no backpedal technique for the corners. That's it. Tomorrow we'll go day 2 insertion, and then what I'm thinking is after we go through all 4 days, then we're going to kind of do a chalk war. We'll go this thing versus wing T, and then this thing versus spread, and try to get some conversation going. Coaches, do all the YouTube stuff, and like, comment, and whatever the other thing is. Subscribe. Appreciate you. Thank you, coaches.